Hello everyone and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. This is the first of a best of 3 series in the Wargame Bootcamp Rookie Tourney against Combine, and this is, believe it or not, the semi-finals. So this match determined who went on to the finals, which have not yet happened at the time of recording. It should be a couple of weeks, based on a couple of other matches that need to finish up first in the losers bracket. But I am taking Landjut Mech, and this deck and I have a very interesting history, and you can see right away I had a little bit of a problem here getting my units going where they need to be. Now, my general strategy was to have a farther back hold in Golf, and then sort of push more forward in Fox, and get dominance on the center of the board. We'll see how it goes. But we also do have with us Quicksilver and Canadian Dolphin Surf for the commentary, just letting you guys know, I usually like to do the tournament games with other people, just so it's not me ragging on a tournament win or anything like that. So feel free, comment as much as you want, slow me down, interrupt me, anything you guys want to see. This is the forum for it, and any feedback that helps me or others in the future, that's why we're doing this. So, well, I guess do both of you guys want to say hello, give your initial thoughts on the opener?
Hello.
Hello. So my only critique so far is I would have liked to have seen the Leopard 2A1s come through Charlie and then head to Golf, just in case the opponent decided to do a Charlie rush. That way you have them in mid ready to go, and you don't need them at Golf, like at the very start.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That's just my personal preference, but
My main critique of your opener is that unless I'm blind, I don't see a mortar. So your infantry pushing through the open in Golf is just going to get slaughtered by fire support.
So there is the mortar buy, because exactly that happened. So I lost pretty much all my reservists. I am taking a fair bit of fire, and I don't have any way of slowing that down. So the first couple minutes, I like to lose the first couple of minutes, it seems like, and then come back later, which is a habit that I really need to break. I actually did lose a Leopard 2A1 to the last ATGM from that town, which I was positively fuming at that point in time, because I was sitting there going, you know what, what is this, 40-point buy, and it swings so much there, and I definitely could have done that a lot better. But I had a Stinger team headed over this way, and I don't know, like, this could have gone...
Did your recon die on Golf, or did you just not have any recon?
It died. It died.
Okay.
My recon infantry died there. I had a couple of M41A1s. They also died. The opener was very much... I think we both wanted to be a little bit defensive, and I pushed into that. I don't think he ever really intended to push me out of Golf in the beginning. It was very much a, let's just kill whatever... He wanted to kill whatever I brought forward, and it worked decently well. So
good thing is you did get a quite not a massive lead, but a little lead of 56 points ticking with the CB at the start, so you're in a better position point wise.
This is something that actually Mint Jellyman always harped into me for 1v1s. Whenever there's a 2-point zone, just take it. And yeah,
I wouldn't have bought that CV though. You're actively losing in Golf, and those extra 100 points could have helped.
Yeah, I mean, that is the counter argument, right? So I've lost some Panzergren, I've lost some expensive stuff here. A Leopard 2A1's almost exactly, well, no, it is 100 points. This is, what, 105? Yeah, 100 with the Führungsgruppe.
I will say the third CV buy is a bit interesting.
Oh, this, yeah.
Yeah, I meant that.
No, I just want to tick, honestly. I mean, everyone has decks that they're comfortable with and that they feel good playing, and this is not one for me. So in my head, after that Golf opener, I was sitting there thinking to myself, this is a game that I think I could lose in the long term out of pure value, but my opponent is being not that aggressive, so let's make him be aggressive. Let's see if I can flip that on his head. Maybe he's more comfortable on defense, and so if I get an early tick and he has to push me, that could be helpful. But the LRKT was not able to take down that helicopter there on the right, and I was just getting nervous because this zone, this forest, is so annoying to defend against if you can get past him, and he just did, so... Ah, man. I mean, there is no perfect game of Wargame. This one may not even be anywhere close to that sort of scale, but I'm doing my best, right? So we'll see how it goes. And no spoilers so far on how many games it took either one of us to win. So it could be a 3-game series, it could be a 2-game series, and win or lose, we're going to see that here together. I don't think you guys have seen either one of these games before from me showing you. So
I certainly haven't.
Yeah, fair enough. I want to point out, I really liked the KTs from Combine back here. it really shuts down a lot in the open. I just wish they'd been... Look at me critiquing my opponent when he's probably winning on points, but I do this myself, that's why I bring it up. If my LRKT was here, instead of over to the right, this would be a dead helicopter.
Also, the MI-24 would have been dead too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just saying, you probably should have moved that M113 to the side so he doesn't sneak any infantry through the very small slither of land. That's...
Yeah, over here.
Yeah.
I had something headed up that way, and then when he took the helicopter over back here, which I still haven't even found yet, I was sitting there going, alright, you know what, there's stuff over here, I have to treat this whole thing as hostile, that's fine.
I think you got really lucky that he is playing super passively, because so far you've got 250 points of units in stuff that's not on the front lines, or not combat active, which is the CV and the Tornado.
Yeah, and the Tornado...
After already losing the Leopard 2A1, a better player would have, seen that he won against the infantry, won against the Leopard 2A1, and either continued pushing you Gulf, or started probing you elsewhere.
Yeah, for sure, and he did probe in Foxtrot, and those couple of vehicles got taken out by some very angry M41A1 recon tanks, at the expense of only one of them, so I was happy with that. But it was very much not the same as losing a 100-point tank, plus some infantry. And this seemed like the next big problem. Double T-72M2 Wilk in the woods is something I've never seen before. It's such a huge investment for that woods fight.
And Wilks in forest, like tanks in general in forest fights, aren't a good idea. A double squad of Panzergren 90s would clear that up, no problems.
I mean, he's doing a pretty good job screening his tanks with infantry.
Yeah, we had P-Gran up there and lost him, and I had the Martyr 2s that got taken out from afar. Now I'm smoking off that corridor, but not doing that earlier is just such a tax. Here to Commandosi. This is what was in the helicopter. Helicopter's going back. This is actually pretty goofy. Just watch this. His helicopter's going after the LRKT. And boom. So we are starting to get a couple of kills at cost here. I mean, the KT is 50 points. That transport was, what, 55, I think?
Yeah.
So it's not like it's entirely one-sided, it's just, it's different, right? He's peeling apart my front line, and I was getting a couple of cheeky kills on helicopters that aren't on the front line, and that pressure is starting to come in. So T-72M2 Wilks, the split there was to keep him away from the Panzergren, but we got one of them down, and I was just hoping I could hold him and hit him with the Leopard 2A1, but it's a little bit too late, unfortunately. This is what I'm terrified of whenever I play on this map. Panzerjägery, something like this, just getting through and clearing out everything here before I can stop it. How do you guys handle that if you don't have this section of woods?
Riflemen plus fire support, usually.
Fair enough. Just more numbers. Heimat Schutzen, by the way, taking on Commandosi was kind of cracking me up a little bit.
I would start. There's a lot of points there that you could have used to buy a couple more mortars, like 3 or 4 mortars, and just the moment his infantry starts engaging, fire plus them.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a little bit of that right now. It's just not enough volume of fire to be impactful. So that's the first actual hit, only 2. There's the marksman, also not microed this time, and also oh no, we got the kill there.
He's running there.
Yeah, ITO 96. Uncommon.
I noticed.
Sorry?
No, go on.
Oh, he was playing Baltic General, just so you guys are aware.
It appears that you got your M110.
M110?
Oh,
yes.
A pair of them.
A pair of them, because I'm greedy, and I wanted 140 points in my backline after unsuccessful frontline engagements.
Yeah, I think you should stop buying units that don't really impact the front line too much, and like if you're having trouble holding, I think you should buy stuff to hold.
Well, but see, that's the thing. Is like I wasn't having trouble holding. I think it's entirely that I just wasn't pushed in, but I was sitting there going, this is kind of okay. I mean, by now we've killed a 120-point Wilk as well. Don't forget that. This is down to 1.
Oh no.
Yeah, didn't quite get the kill there, but at this point I just wanted to sort of bleed him a little bit. So that's what the M110s are for, that's what the ECR is for, is just getting in, making him have to micro those units or lose them.
But buying the ECR without any real rhyme or reason, like the anti-airport piece, the Chieftain can definitely act as a big screzzer sometimes, but the ITO 96 is just points points wasted. Unless you're doing like an air campaign, I don't think the ECR is really
Yeah, so
worth
the
it yet.
rationale for that, just so you guys are aware, it is a tourney. The tourney has a rule about posting your replays. And before this game, I looked at a couple of his previous matches, and I realized that he never turned off his radar anti-air until forced to. So that's why I bought the ECR. It was entirely I don't think that my opponent's going to do this. From the approximation of previous experience, it's not the nicest thing I've ever done, really, but it's a tournament, and I post my own replays. I post replays every day, right? If anyone that I'm playing against wanted to, they could watch so many of my fights and say, oh, this is what Black Knight does poorly, this is what Black Knight uses as a crutch, and all of those sorts of things. So I figured it was fair. It was just, that's why I brought out the seed plane, was because I was reasonably certain I could get some points on it, at least until I started bringing out other planes. And every kill I get there is more stuff he has to replace, as well as micro. So,
Yes.
would I do it against everybody? No. Should I have done it here? No. As you can see, he is starting to micro the 96. So that is something that is no longer for free. A little bit rude, maybe, but it's Wargame, right? It's I think as far as
We'll have to have a look at the kill list at the end for the ECR, but yeah, it was a questionable buy, but like, I understand your logic for it, but the buy was still questionable. Like 150 points, you could have bought another CB and been ticking +1.
or just
Instead,
had
you
more here.
more another tank, more Panzergrens. You know, it's like
Yeah.
all he needs is a couple of Yakri 90, Panzergren 90, and his Wilkes, and he can pretty much push you completely out of golf.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. And I am starting to replace some of those units now. More Panzergren 90, the Leopard 2A1 replacement, and we'll bring them up as I sort of get pushed back here a little bit. But it definitely does get scary a little bit later on. And this was just a stupid buy. Block 5 out of impulse, completely missed. So nothing here at all. And that always feels rough. This is probably the game where I broke my don't buy planes stupidly rule the hardest in recent memory.
The one that I've tried so hard to drill into your head.
and generally succeeded. I think the last couple of weeks of play, the last month or two of play have really been a lot better for that, but it's a tournament game. It makes people do weird stuff. They get nervous when they're normally not. It's like, yeah, a lot of people don't enjoy ranked because it's more stressful, right?
Yes, yeah.
And the stress makes you make weird decisions. And the second I bought that block 5, I was sitting there going, what am I doing? I'm gonna lose the game of my own volition here, pretty much, because now I am getting pushed into Charlie, and it's not even the early push, it's the late push into the 2-pointer, which this shouldn't be happening. This should not be happening.
You should add Milan teams sprocking off that road, some like a shock infantry at the very least. Even just one would significantly slow you, if not stop this push completely.
Right, and I just don't have it here. My Milan 2s over on this side got killed, as did their transports, by a Pion PSV, and I don't even know what's going through my head with the smoke at the moment. I think it was... right. Wind getting pushed, counter push, right? So I'm trying to go up onto the high ground while he's doing this, but I'm getting stopped by that Pion again. My Leopard 2A1 not able to engage until I've lost a couple of those tanks, and he's still going too. So we're both just trying to be effective here. I was smoking this off, and I think we'll see a bomber come back. Yeah,
this
there
is
it is.
once again where a few extra mortars would have been helpful.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you
for
lose one of the M110s, or?
No, I didn't. They're both still there. And the Block 5 here does get some value, so we take down the Pion with that bombing run. Panzergren 90, by the way.
Double meme meg. Ooh.
Yeah, that was pretty scary. I did lose the Block 5. But at least we got a couple of kills. It wasn't a complete waste. And I did also kill the command vehicle up on the high ground, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that is dead. So
that was a good counter push, and perfectly executed of the if being pushed push elsewhere.
yeah, I don't know.
And also, no, go on.
No, I think I agree with your earlier statement. For this push, I love to smoke off between here and here because it denies fire support on this side, and I just didn't have enough mortars to do that and screen off all the stuff that was in those woods. So yeah, live and learn, right?
That pair of Panzergrens is, I think, not enough to take the forest back, but
It actually turns out to be, and I think it was just because of the stress here. Like, if this was properly microed, if he was engaging me here, it wouldn't have been, but he's just engaging the M41A1, and for some reason failing to kill it for a very long amount of time. It's kind of impressive.
I mean, Miss Lawn, trade for Miss T72.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so there's the Panzergrund, there's the shot, there's the kill. My block 5 was back. Actually, no, second block 5 by, second block 5 dead.
I again, tournament and panic, but the T72 Jaguar, isn't that like just a 70-point T72?
I didn't recognize them.
It's either
yeah.
It's either a 55 or a 75-point tank. Not really much point to take here.
And you had Panzergren moving up on it, and then a 115-point plane.
Oh, he's air spamming you.
Hawks. But, I mean, if they get the work done, right? So, Leopard 2A1 back there gets taken out by the Wilk. I was chasing the Wilk anyway, and
Yes.
he gets out. And my blood was boiling. I was sitting there going, oh, come on. Because it's more valuable. It's 120 points. It's lower availability. I have 14 2A1s in this deck. But now this is where it's starting to look scary in golf too. So Panzer Jäger 90 just taking me apart here, and failing to really secure this completely was really stressing me out.
Now thinking about it, you know what would have been the best buy instead of 150 points on the Tornado ECR?
What's that?
2 ETLs Hawks.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm bringing automatics up now. I'm bringing a command tank now to Foxtrot. I was floating a fair number of points here, just completely by accident. But he's been ticking on me, and so the other way around. So it's 119 to 79, and if I'm losing control of golf and he has Bravo uncontested, that's going to be a really bad day. So I needed to get Foxtrot. I needed to clear this out a little bit. And the 2A1 just, yeah, very tenuous position. Very, very tenuous position. Yeah. Good use of the Hawk Bombers, though, on his part. I love those things, and I'm pretty sure he hit more often than I do when I use them as well. So
yeah. When I use them, they just miss wrong target and get shot down.
Well, yeah, that is the story of so many units in Wargame where I just can't understand how they get used so effectively. This did hurt my soul a little bit.
Big scratch it.
Yeah, 7 frontal armor.
Oh, Charlie Marksman is like the like troll unit.
Yeah, Finland version, 60 points. Yeah.
Like Charlie Marksman, like what is it? Like enough to set like basically blue 4 BMPT. It's so fun to use.
Yeah, and it's something you don't even think to use like that until it's been used against you like that. But this was a bit of a mistake here, so we do get one shot on the MiG, it then stunned, and I didn't have Hawks, so I couldn't get the kill there. It's going to be evac ordered for free. BMP-1's coming across the river as well, and I'm glad I had this Bezdern. That would have been really awful if I hadn't. Panzer Jäger. I figured they'd probably kill the Milan team, and that's fine, I guess, so long as the Bezdern don't also die. But, you know, he's attacking in here, he's attacking in the full right-hand side of golf, and just without knowing anything else about this game, I don't think we've told either of you how long the best of 3 goes. What are my odds of winning right now, do you think?
I mean, you've got map position. Your tank CV got detracked, but
yeah, it did. Right outside the zone.
Typical. But I mean, your odds of winning seem not as good as they were, but they don't seem like you're not gonna lose quickly, but you're not gonna
win quickly either. Especially the 2A1 dying up on the high ground, not killing this Wilk earlier, really was just. It's one of those moments that can flip a game on its head, right? So 200 points of value off that guy for my opponent, and he's just pulling him back. Just gonna redo it.
Back to your odds of winning. You know roughly where his CV can be. Like, there's only really one place his CV can be on golf.
And,
yeah, well,
and
2 really.
2 or 3. Like there's that main town, and there's like these hedgerows that.
We did.
Yeah,
just
but he had his recon up further, and he couldn't see it there. So I'm assuming that's why he fired in the town.
Yeah, it was. I was reasonably confident, and we did get the kill there. So, you know, ticking +1, first time in a little bit. 20 minutes left in the game, 20 minutes gone in the game, and there's not a huge gap, but
nice.
Automatic. There we go. Gets the kill when you need it. But he nearly killed my Fieldungsgruppe as well, and I think we actually just had another person hop into the moderators chat as well while I'm recording this. Kind of curious who joined.
It's Rara.
Oh, hey, Rara. Alright, well, we have three people watching my old tourney game now, but, I mean, the more the merrier, right?
Finally buying the AA.
Yeah, finally buying the AA.
Finally buying the Hawk.
Single Hawk, too. It's one of those where I thought I clicked on it twice and I had 5 points too few or something. So,
oh, yeah.
I hate it when that happens.
I feel like the Hawk really always, you should buy in twos. Just to really make sure you kill them. You can survive with one, but having two is basically guaranteed, and that was a beautiful stinger shot.
Yeah, he got revenge though.
I mean, one stinger, one M41, one transport for a Hawk.
It's decent price. It's decent. Yeah, the iHawks, I was so frustrated with these for a while, I started bringing them out in threes.
Oh.
And yeah, there was a red blip right there, just for a second. That was not your imagination. We'll see what happens to it though.
Like, for me, like, unless it's like a high-end Hawk, it's not really worth it to buy it in ones.
This was really embarrassing, by the way. The Syria just scooping in and killing my Leopard 2A1. I was sitting there going, oh, come on. Just, so many frustrating moments in this. I mean, there's a reason it's the semifinals. Combine has won, I think, 4 rounds leading up to it. Maybe 5? Yeah, 5 rounds. I think this was round 6. So, he's run the gauntlet, only private and ranked, but I've seen a lot of people who are private, and it's because they played one ranked game, lost, got annoyed, and then stopped playing it, and have since improved dramatically. So,
currently, it looks like he's rolling you.
Yeah. Well, I will agree that it is not my best showing thus far, but I mean, I've casted losses before, and I have casted tournament losses before. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not shy of it by any stretch. I play how I play. If I'm only gonna show.
One thing I'd be trying to do is getting a double squad of Fallschirmjäger 90 around that small water island on the far right into Echo.
Into Echo.
So, a
sneaky
like
flank.
to the right, very far right.
The mortar was actually out of ammunition, so I considered it no great loss, but it was kind of embarrassing. So over here?
Yeah.
Getting Fallschirmjäger through there and then going behind that lake and into Echo.
Yeah, it's a sneaky move.
It's really important to guard that area. Those Panzerjäger probably came from there.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I think I did look at the replay on neutral, they definitely did. It was a bit of a mistake writing this off as indefensible. But I was really trying to shift the attention into the fight in Foxtrot, because the couple of times that we've engaged here, that's been, with the exception of me getting pushed back on the top, where I felt most comfortable with how this game was going. So, you know, his push here was annoying, but it did fail. And then we were able to clear out the top of this relatively well. By the way, BTR 52IVI spotted already in the woods, and that's because of the Spejdern right here. So I think he notices in a little bit, but yeah, that had to have been annoying, because I mean, where does he go?
You've got the M110s as well. I would have tried to go for a CV sniper in Bravo, just done a salvo in the.
Oh, they're already aiming
in the town. In Bravo.
Oh no, not in Bravo, not yet.
Yeah.
Probably should have been. I think I was already aiming at the BTR, but he's countercapped both again, so the tick's back in his favor. And there it is. He's moving a little.
And your M110s have already fired.
Yeah, they are. It's a little unfortunate, but I mean, I didn't think he'd move it. Usually when people see that it's spotted, it was perfect shot too. Oh man.
A rare M110 accurate shot.
Yeah, but not soon enough.
If it was inaccurate, it probably would actually hit it.
Yeah, might have. I mean, the dispersion on these guys is not great. But we just saw him drive over this way and park. We didn't see him go into the town. I'm reasonably confident that he's like right here-ish, or parked right in the town. Those are really the two places you see most often. And yeah, it's right there. It's right at the edge. So,
as we all know, okay, go on.
No. As I talk all the time for these every day, please interrupt me. I'm sure people are tired of hearing me talk. So.
Yeah, bad RNG. No, sorry, bad dispersion in RNG just means better chance to hit moving targets.
Yeah, that's fair. I do also. I really hate it when people do this, and they smoke the position that is like the only position for their CV. Now I know where it is. If I didn't before, that's where it is, and maybe sometimes people will try and trick you with that too. I've seen that before, certainly, but it seems far more often people just smoke exactly on top of their stuff, and if I hadn't wasted my
Wait,
2 block
did
5s...
Does he have another meme mig? Because is he playing just Finland?
Yeah.
He's playing. No, he's playing Baltic. We saw
Okay.
Jaguars blow.
The other MiG got out. It got damaged, but it got out.
Okay, I thought it died. I was like, I swear you only got 2 of them.
No, I killed 2 hawks. So there was a hawk that came in this way, then there was a hawk that was over here, and we got both of those. But none of the MiGs at that point. It was definitely annoying, because I was really hoping to get that. But we're going up top again, just trying to clear this out. LRKT firing World War I tactics for the win, and losing line of sight on that KT, I was unhappy. Very unhappy.
Doing the exact same plan, but same 14 times will be the last thing the enemy expects us to do.
Well, sometimes it is, to be honest. There's the BTR, Syria coming in looking for my 2A1, but I think doesn't get it.
So, it does.
Oh, it did. Yep, never mind. And the Syria gets out.
That's a second one.
Oh, yeah.
Seed.
Yeah.
Oh, seed.
Well, at least we do get this, because it was just a straight dive with the seed plane. And
did you notice the veterancy in that seed? Because you could have very easily seen if it was,
I think it was
up-vetted or not, and if he was up-vetted, then that's the only seed he has, and then you could add 3 rain on automatics, and
yeah, that's a fair point, and something I didn't really look at too much during the game, but I always forget to do that. I've only recently started looking at the veterancy on, by the way, KT's landed. Tank shell. Boom.
I think I noticed the BTRCV in Golf was in the forest between Foxtrot and Golf.
Yeah, actually that did come up, and so we didn't really see it on the replay unless you're looking over there just sort of scratching your head, but during the game I watched it drive up here, and so the M110s I think are already firing there. We'll see. If it's not this volley, actually I don't think it is this volley, but I had in the back of my head that's sort of where it's going, and I was just waiting for it to settle down, because I figured it could still be moving, it could still be one of those 2 locations, and I wanted to really just dig into his back line a little bit, because that's what these guns are really good at doing, is, kill something in a known position.
Just quickly, you see your Leopard 2A1 up on the ridge step? If you have a look and hover over there with your mouse, you can actually go like quite far up the hill, and it's still forest.
I was trying to, I think I just mismicroed it, because that was definitely my intention. But I tend to
Very
find...
overpowered spot.
Yeah.
Average Eugen buggy map.
Yeah, I mean... this was actually
that's unfortunate.
Yakety 90, man. They'll getcha. They will getcha. But at least it clears things out of the woods, and the M13 A1Gs might be able to take them.
No, it won't. It's a 20 RPM.
Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. I thought he was running out, or at least soon, but I guess not.
He'll run out of ammo eventually, and then we'll win.
Yeah. I mean,
you see,
that feels like this game.
There are more of us than they have bullets.
Unsupported Panzer Yakety, by the way, this was the moment where I started to think to myself, you know what? I might be able to recover from that early shenaniganry, because like this is just in the open, it's just gonna die.
Your Panzer Grenadiers don't have their MG on.
They don't. It's sad. It's a sad day.
Also,
your main caddies are just in there. You bought new ones for the ETS Hawk, but you could have just moved those over.
Yeah, I should have. These guys were over here to heal up the infantry, and we did actually get a firing computer reset off the Panzergrens first shot, and the second shot got the kill. So, the MG3 was off.
I noticed. This is just me noticing something now. If you go on the Panzer Grenadiers, it's not LMG3, it's I.MG3.
Excuse me, sir. This is an L.
No, it looks like an I dot.
Right, but it's the Lichta MG3. It's an L.
Oh, I'm just.
Okay, Hawk showing you why Hawks are occasionally good.
Yeah.
1, 2. Can we get 3?
Nope.
One hit.
Oh,
No
so
kill.
close.
Yeah, but I mean, we're starting to run into paves, right? And the thing about the pave is the 2A1, if I can hop over that ridge, the pave's just dead. So,
But if the pave hits you, it's the 2A1's dead. It's
only
glass
if
cannon.
it shoots the 2A1 first. So that's why I'm moving the box up. I'm sitting there going, have a sacrificial 5-pointer.
Wait, is this a Baltic general with both the Woke 2 and the Pave?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Never
Don't
seen
see it every
before.
day, but Avia was going in for that big town, and that bomb drops so slowly, but
You
was less
saved the CB.
Yep, and the
Honest-
Panzergren were mostly fine.
Still with the MG off.
Yeah, this is now a
I
problem.
still not rearming your books with those main caddies.
Excuse me, sir, this is the Mancot 1. I don't know what a Mancot E is, but...
It's Mancantines, I believe.
Oh, man. No, oh, look. Oh, upper left. There's a... It's a 1. It's a 1.
No, I got yelled at by a German person saying it's Cantines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, this was also something a little bit goofy.
Oh, this is you every game.
Not usually right down the
where-
pipe.
I wonder where Black Knight Land is from.
Well,
Hey.
yeah.
You having a fun, engaging forest fight on jungle? No, Black Knight has to bring in with 12 Terramusties to ruin your day.
They'll get kills too, it's hilarious. And optical failure on the pave has to hurt. I love shooting down this line because people don't think that you can. And it was just sad that I couldn't get the kill there. But we kill a Pion. 75 points.
And there's the Pave.
There's the pave, there's BTR 50s with infantry inside.
The Laros can quite easily kill that pave, dude. That's the funny part.
Honestly, you should have split them to make them more intimidating.
Probably, but instead I was looking to get into Echo. That's what my intention was with these.
Those Jaeger are gonna stop you
And then,
cold.
well, so I saw that die, and then attack move right here.
Honestly, Poker just kept going into the back of Golf there with them. Oh, but I mean, you put it out of your Dragoneer anyway.
Right, so I did just move infantry over here, and now Golf's locked down. We're going to be +1 for the rest of the game. So that's 165 to 179, and more than enough time to balance that out. Plus, his CV was like right about here-ish, I think. And we don't kill it, but
Oh, Sarah, he has a 10-point recoilless rifle cheap.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it's about sending a message, right? And he brought Sturmies to deal with these, and just
Charioteers are nice. But, I mean,
yeah, I'm more of a charioteer guy myself, but
he's probably running a very bloated tank tab, so
yeah, fair. Well, hey, I mean, at least I think from how the beginning of this game went to right now, we have turned it around. But it's actually going to be a surrender from him in about a minute or so, I think, and that's partially in response to the plane tab stuff I started doing. So we get the pay with the MLU, and now it's just there's not enough left on his side of the board. So
this is not related to your deck or the game, but regarding air spam, it's like playing Denmark anything and like running 2 cards of block 5 is like the funniest thing ever. You got 6 of them.
unless you lose them stupidly like I did. So the kills losses there 30-30 to 22-85. We definitely felt that at the end of the game in particular. But that's game 1. Very nicely played to Combine. Tough game certainly in the first couple minutes.
Can we see that ECR kill list?
Yeah, let's go through. So Panzergren 90 on that side, by the way, saved that game, I think.
Yeah.
220-point Wilk, lots of infantry, BMP1s.
One thing I just said about the Lanja mech that I got schooled by Jelly was that he'd take like FKP and it'd be like cheap ass special forces, which would just ruin my day.
Yeah, no, the FKP definitely a surprising unit for that. But look at the M110s.
Yep, doing what they're designed for.
Yeah, 2 BTRs in the Stab. I think it was frankly, like, if you add up the number of points in CVs, it's a large portion of the points getting kills.
That's like 500 points.
Yeah,
No,
and
not
I only had
500.
800 points on him, so it was CVs and maybe the Avia, and that's pretty close. So
I mean, CVs and planes.
Yeah.
Yes.
well, that's the game. Thank you to Quicksilver and Canadian for being around for the commentary, and we'll have game 2 of the best of 3 tomorrow, possibly game 3 the day after that. We'll have to see how that goes.